And we're live.
All right. Yes, we are live here on the Lonely Marks Wrestling Podcast, ready to talk all kinds of wrestling. Got a lot going on this weekend, big weekend of wrestling. We're going to run it all down for you. So stay tuned. We got some breaking news we're going to talk about, a couple other news bits. Might even play some games tonight. I will be your guest host this evening, Austin Pez. Hell, Jacob Barber is off doing the comedy tonight, as he does. But I am not alone. I am not lonely tonight. JPO, Jordan Owens, how you doing, buddy? How's it going?
Yeah, doing just dandy. Yeah, it just dawned on me today as I was saving graphics. Like, oh shit, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 big shows coming up this weekend. So if you like wrestling, you'll have your full.
Yeah. There's a lot to watch. Richie Goodacre, a long time no see since a few minutes ago on Wheel of Movies. How's it going, buddy?
I just realised I spelled WrestleMania wrong. It might be
Resty-mania? Resty-mania.
Resty-mania. Anyway, I will fix that in a second. Yeah, going good. Feels like I haven't seen you in a while. No. There's a lot to talk about. A lot of wrestling. I can't never too much wrestling. Although, you probably can, but I like to think you can't.
No, it's almost feeling like with as many shows we got this weekend, it's almost feeling like the WrestleMania week, JPO, we're just show here, another show, and another show, and another show. It's just like, we're trying to keep up with those cards and all this news, and we'll run it all down. But let's jump right into the news. We have breaking news just this evening coming out from multiple different sources that WrestleMania is no longer being held in New Orleans next year for WrestleMania 42 in 2026, despite what The Rock said in his announcement. And what he told everybody.
I'm not going to believe The Rock anymore.
I just don't believe him on anything. Yeah, the man just, he's not trustworthy at all, that Dwayne Johnson. This is coming out from multiple sources that I don't know if it's fallen through or they've found a better deal. Whatever the case is, New Orleans is no longer happening next year, which is unfortunate because I was thinking about driving down there because it's about a 9 or 10 hour drive, and I was going to drive down there and even just hang around the week, see some shows, go to a watch party, whatever. We don't know where it's going to be rescheduled. There are already rumors flying of multiple different places. There have been rumors about international hosting. There's rumors that it could be in Vegas again, back to back. There are rumors of that Dave Meltzer's tooling around. We don't really know anything concrete as far as where it is going. But JPO, your thoughts on this breaking news that no New Orleans next year, despite all the announcement videos and the Rock videos and everything, all that, something has happened. Yeah, and it's no one with New Orleans, JPO. I know you're lobbying for Florida. Come on, Orlando or something.
I'm just I'm lobbying for the easiest location for me. Yeah,
right.
I'll go if it's 3 to 5 hours away. Otherwise, I'll watch on TV. So in that case, most likely it's not going to affect me one way or the other. Mm-hmm. But no, it is very interesting though because it did seem like you said The Rock said it, so it's not like this was just a rumor. Like it seemed pretty darn official. In fact, I feel bad. High Spots was talking earlier. The people that do WrestleCon, they're like, we locked in our venue. Like we're kind of fucked. Like we have to they have to now fight to get their money back because there's no reason to be in New Orleans for full weekend if nothing else is there. So they're kind of screwed at the moment unless they can kind of get out of their contract that they had to get a deal and stuff because they paid a lot up front or whatever. So I feel bad for them. It'd be interesting to see in the end what the story is. Whether or not did New Orleans rebuke something actually we can't offer that kind of tax break or whatever or that incentive, or did it just did Vegas or Saudi or someone go back up that Brinks truck to where it was we can't deny this, you know what I mean? We can't. So it'd be interesting to see at the end of the day. I know right now, but at least from a couple of sources, it seems like they're just going to do Vegas again. That seems to be the front runner from what I can kind of see. But again, we'll see when we see. That's not necessarily official, I think. So yeah, we need to see at the end of the day where it finally ends up. As far as a viewer, it doesn't really affect. But like you said, if it's not out of the country, it's going to definitely be a no.
Well, and I know, like you said, though, and it's not just WrestleCon; it's all these other promotions that book their venues a year in advance, whatever they're booking, a VFW hall or some, like in Vegas, they were all booking those those casino hotel ballrooms, whatever you're booking, a year in advance to make sure you have a locked in venue because they fight over a lot of those. Anything you book, any kind of theaters for comedy shows, one man shows, whatever you're doing.
And WrestleCon's unique too because they also had hotels. They're one of the people that offer hotels as well. So, and they're also looking for hotels for their guests as well. So they're even more kind of screwed out of the pooch than some are, unless they can hopefully get that money back. Because there's no need to be there now.
Yeah, I feel bad if they put down some kind of non-refundable down payment on something.
Yeah.
Thing, and they're going to be a lot of people mad that they can't get their money back. But Richie, I know, you have thoughts in our group chat, after the side. But your thoughts on this whole situation and what could come out of it.
It's very weird. This has happened before, but I if they went to Vegas back to back, I'd feel like a bit of a weird fight. I don't know why they would. I mean, like
money.
It seems a bit weird to go. I like when things are different locations every year. You can go back to Vegas in a couple of years. I don't know. It's worth noting too that they have committed to go back to New Orleans eventually. Like they have. I think they've ironed out a deal where they're going to get a PLE.
They're talking about Money in the Bank possibly instead. Yeah, which I mean, sure, but that's not Mania. You know what I
mean? I think kind of compliment,
and I think TKO also ironed a deal. I think UFC are going there too as part of the deal as well. But it's not Mania. But so it's a bit. I mean, you'll get it eventually, I think. And also, I don't know when you'll get it because isn't Indiana supposed to hold it the next year? I mean, like Indianapolis, but Indianapolis is on the card as well at some point, and Nashville, I believe. So I don't know when they will get it.
Nashville would be doable for me. That's about 5 or 6 hours from me. So I would do Nashville, like if they went there, because I know there's where the Titans play, the big stadium there. The Tennessee Titans, they've talked about doing that stadium. But where the Colts play up in Indianapolis, I know that's on the table. For a potential Mania. I know they're still talking about like Minnesota for one was on the table at some point as well. So and who knows? Maybe we hate to say it, but as much money as these damn Saudis are throwing at WWE, a WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia is not, out of the question. I would think, as much as we don't really want to see it, it's as much money as they're throwing at them to basically cover all the expenses of everything. It's very tempting for them, to do it.
Yeah, my question is like, would they do a Royal Rumble and WrestleMania the same year?
I don't think so.
Possibly they did move the Rumble. And also like that would, I mean, like if you did an international thing in like, I don't know, like Mexico or London, like you could probably have like a WrestleMania weekend type thing that's feasible, but you wouldn't have a WrestleMania weekend type indie shows in Saudi Arabia. They'd fuck all that, they wouldn't be able to have that as big of an event.
But they don't care about that though. I know exactly what you're saying, but that's not going to affect.
I know it doesn't affect WWE, but just as a wrestler, you want to see the.
It does.
Yeah, you want to see the wrestler. You want to see like.
That's why I've always thought even out of the country was a hard sell because of. There is just statistically less people that are willing to travel in the U.S. outside the country, and there's other countries that come to the U.S. Like so statistically, you're going to lose a big clientele. And if it's Saudi, you're even more. That's way even more of a less chance than anyone going to London.
Right. Yeah, I thought maybe Mexico too with the AAA deal, and then they want to maybe showcase that. And I thought they probably that they
I don't think they care about the deal that much. I don't know.
I know they say AEW is not competition, but like it's interesting to kind of like hey CML you got this you got this thing that's coming out they're like hey well, I mean with AEW let's fill Aztec Stadium. I think I could see them if not WrestleMania I could see them doing a PLE there at some point soon as well. But I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't want to like jinx it. It does feel like this news feels very Saudi-ish, but hopefully it's not. I'd rather it be Vegas than Saudi, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it would be strange to have 2 in a row. From the same city. It just seems a little weird. Because I do like the different. Because like each one brings kind of its own themes, with the stages and just a different feel, with the wherever they are, and it gives it those unique atmospheres. So having it in Vegas again, feels a little redundant, but I'd rather have that than Saudi, that's for sure. But we'll see what happens there. Well, and if I know Vegas, is kind of the stronger rumor coming out initially. Now, maybe by next week, next week's episode, we'll have more of a definite confirmation. The next couple of weeks, so we'll see. we'll see what happens. Yeah, so I mean, not much else to say there other than we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, New Orleans is off the table now. That's all we know, is that it's not happening. I had a quick news note on we talked to this kind of a behind the scenes thing, but the Triller TV stuff about no longer carrying AEW.
Oh, I heard this.
So yeah, there's the Triller, the actual company, is in financial trouble, is what it is as their stock is under $1 a share right now. They did not file some proper tax paperwork this past tax season, so they are in trouble. So it looks like people are starting to pull out of Triller, fearing that they're not going to get compensated, for any money that they invest into hosting their venues, which is again unfortunate because I know JPO, me and you, we have our Triller TV pluses for like WrestleMania week, things like that, and I know people like GCW and Defy, some of those guys, stream their shows, TNA even, stream a lot of their stuff on Triller. So, as a guy who's watching a lot of stuff on Triller like I do, I've been hosting our pay-per-view watches on Triller. Could we see Triller go under? Unfortunately, JPO, maybe, losing access to some of these shows, and to watching them directly through there.
Yeah, this is a bummer to hear. Yeah, this is in my news notes as well because originally it just felt like okay, maybe they had a falling out with AEW, no big deal. They're going out they're focusing more on Prime and even YouTube. But yeah, now coming out today, they're like, no, Triller's in trouble. And yeah, like you said, I would go on throughout the year. There would just be random times that say, oh, there's 2 GCW shows this month. I'm kind of interested in that, and I do the month, and then what I mean, and maybe unsubscribe for a couple months and go back for a couple more months. Like you said, if you're in a GCW that was on there, House of Glory is a good promotion that you should check out. And a couple other companies have gone and come and gone. MLW one point was a part of that package. AIW was part of that package at one point or another. So pretty kind of bummer news to hear. Hopefully, there's a hero that comes and saves them because. They're literally the number one indie kind of service out there unless everyone just starts pivoting to their own YouTube channel. And the only problem with that is our wallets because, if everybody's wanting their money, unless they go free like MLW, that they could try that. MLW is basically just free now. But I know like AIW, for instance, asked for $7 and you're only getting that promotion. So we'll see, I mean, there is other places. There was High Spots used to do more, but they've calmed down a lot actually on their video content. Have been more memorabilia driven. And then there's Title Match Network, but so there is other options. But this is kind of like the number one place I can think of if you said like indie wrestling content,
Yeah, Richie.
Yeah, I think the potential closure of that will provide a gap in the market, and hopefully someone will hopefully someone will come along and fill that gap because it's been, I think Triller, formerly Fight TV, has been kind of when I kind of found out about it, it's been great. Like it was the one way before AEW showed up on like TV here. It was the one way I'd watch Dynamite and at the time Rampage and Collision. It was great. You just paid like a like a $5-6 subscription fee. It was wonderful. But you also have like like you said, all the indie stuff. And like internationally too. Like occasionally Melbourne City Wrestling would be on there, which is probably the bigger promotion in Australia. Like Sammy in America, Sammy Callahan's promotion, Revolver.
Revolver's a good one.
A couple of stuff, Black Label Pro. I've watched a few of the things, man, and then I think that they've been quite good for the in the industry. So it's a shame that they're not doing very well, but like I said, hopefully these promotions can find another home and where they can sort of all come together as opposed to individually. Because it's been great. It's almost like Netflix for wrestling promotions.
I'll have to pivot to either Prime or YouTube for this weekend for Double or Nothing. But the one thing I'll miss, JPO, is they did those bundles where you could buy two pay-per-views in one for $85, say $15, on the overall purchase. If I bought,
hopefully that deal makes its way over.
I haven't seen anything yet, so I available on Prime or YouTube. I'll have to dig around and see, but I don't think so. So that was one thing I did enjoy about that is they offered a little discount if you pre-bought two.
I know personally, I would just do YouTube. They're pretty smooth from what
that's probably what I'm going to go with is YouTube because I can run Google Pay through YouTube through my card anyway. So yeah, that probably makes more sense. Yeah, I've never had a problem with YouTube streaming for anything really. So yeah, that's what I'll probably
they're pretty good. Very easy to rewind. It's one of my favorite services. Yeah.
Yeah. So no, that's probably what we'll go with. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens to Triller in the coming months if somebody bails them out, some kind of financial institution, or if they just
I know like about
away.
A year ago. That's why, although Fight TV sounds like this, I don't know why they went away from Fight TV personally. Because I know at one point they were trying to like not pivot, but like expand, like with music and more fights and whatnot than just pro wrestling. But
Triller started as like, because Triller was a MMA promotion, it was a fight promotion. It was actually funded by one. I don't think he was the main funder, but one of the funders was Snoop Dogg, and I think Triller was. I think it was like a combination of Killer and I don't know whatever, but yeah, that was his like word.
Thriller.
Yeah, Thriller, Killer. Yeah, he probably and he came up with it. So yeah, and then I think that promotion went bust and then they tried to lie. I think they had poor ticket sales once, and then they tried to lie. Oh no, it's COVID, but it was like way after like things opened up. So and then you can see another show from them, and then all of a sudden like Fight is now Triller, and it's like okay, but yeah, so I don't know whether. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure of what happened, like why they changed the name there. But yeah, because Fight TV is like maybe because they had concerts and like.
Well, no, I think the idea was they wanted it to be more than fights. Triller is a pretty generic enough name to where they had more concerts or
they had motocross there sometimes as well, and
exactly, yeah.
So yeah, we'll see what happens with Triller in the coming weeks as well. It was announced All Out breaking from the Chicago tradition after All In. It's not going to be in Chicago this year. They officially announced All Out will be in Toronto this year. So breaking out, going up to Canada instead of Chicago. So just a minor note there that I know they've done that traditional thing where they bounced to Chicago the last couple of years for that show after All In, and I think there's even a little more space with this one, this year than there was last year and the year before. Remember, we were all complaining there was like 2 weeks after, All In, you have All Out, sometimes 1 week,
full price pay-per-view, exactly,
right afterwards. You're asking a lot of your fans, so at least got some space here and a different location, so should be at least a little bit of a relief there.
I don't think it's cool. Like I know because obviously Double or Nothing is emanating not from Vegas, but it's cool. Like you can have a central place that could emanate from. But I think it's cool to move around sometimes. Like like I don't know, for example, I know SummerSlam for a while got was it emanating from LA for 6 years or something in a row. But eventually you're gonna be like, no, it'd be cool if other places got it, just for a different feel. So I think getting out of that place is kind of would be kind of cool. You can still go back to Chicago and make Chicago your kind of your thing. This is and feel important, make Chicago feel important. But breaking out maybe every couple of years is fine. And Toronto is always a decent crowd.
Yeah, for sure. So. So that's interesting news coming out of that. JPL, I'll turn it over to you. What other little news tidbits you got rumbling around? You always have a couple of things in the pocket.
Yeah, of course. The a big sad news coming out of Raw was Zoe Stark messing up her leg really bad.
I saw that live in Greenville. Yes.
Raw
this past week. The angle I saw because I was at a pretty straight on angle to where I was pretty much looking at the Titantron, and the ring right across from that, and she jumped kind of towards the direction I was going. When she pivoted and then landed smack on her knee, basically doing a flat front bump instead of a back bump. I think if she had done a back bump, she would have been fine. The problem was she tried to do some kind of turn and just splattered her knee. It was definitely a botch where it looked like Kyrie was definitely out of place or she was not turned around, ready for whatever spot it was. I still think it's a silly spot when you jump before the person's even turned around and looking at you. I kind of feel like you should make eye contact before you do that. Whatever it was, some kind of miscommunication. We don't know how serious the injury is, JPO, but Zoe Stark might be out for quite a while. Right after coming back, unfortunately.
I know the initial news is that would not be surprised if we don't see her until 2026.
Yes.
That's very much in all likelihood for her. So, speaking of cover to her, I'm a fan. I think she's done pretty good. They kind of got lost in the shuffle this last year, but I think has lots of potential. Hopefully, they don't treat her like Dakota Kai. It's not her first injury, and like maybe lose some steam in her. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But I think it says something that as much as like they got rid of the other people in her faction and they kept her. Like obviously they see something in her, but hopefully it's like, oh, we want to push you, but every time you try to do something, you get injured. So maybe we'll just put you to the back of the line. But I've always liked her. I thought she's really good. What was your reaction? Did the reaction of the crowd like when you were there?
So I mean, what it was, the crowd definitely went like, oh, just because it looked like a botch because she didn't hit it, and Kyrie was not looking at her. There was definitely something wrong with the spot. Like it was definitely a botched spot, and the crowd kind of recognized that. But yeah, what it was is like the crowd got really quiet and you could hear her like shrieking and screaming like pretty much the whole time.
On the show itself.
Well, and when they went to a commercial for y'all, and I know again, international, you guys don't go to the commercial breaks or whatever, but she was out that she had kind of rolled out to the side. There was an official who immediately rolled in with the referee to like check on her, and then they kind of rolled her out to the side. She was like smacking the apron. She was in a lot of pain, like screaming and shrieking. The guy eventually, there was a bigger guy that just physically carried her up the ramp, and to the back. And then there was this period of like definitely a couple of minutes where you could tell the referee was like going back, because I was watching the ref, because obviously with my ref background, I watched the ref a lot. But yeah, the ref was definitely like getting those signals going back and forth, them calling, audibles of like what to do. Because obviously at that point, Rhea and Kyrie had to call essentially a one-on-one match really on the fly. Because you would assume that, not to put down Zoe Stark, but she was probably in that match to take the pinfall, most likely,
from injury. I don't think just
Kyrie's first match back, she probably wasn't supposed to get pinned, but obviously they had to pivot and audible. But yeah, you could tell they were taking a few minutes to kind of map a few things out, at least maybe get a finish, okay, you're going to take the Riptide eventually, that sort of thing. And they were working the match, but you could tell they were kind of working a little slower, probably calling some spots, here and there, just taking their time to at least, put a match together kind of on the fly with the referee. I mean, it ended up, working out in the end, but yeah, unfortunately for Zoe, it was pretty rough. And made for kind of an awkward spot there. So yeah, all our best to Zoe. Yeah, it's unfortunate she just came back. Same way, Kyrie just coming back from an injury too, and then this like big return, and she unfortunately because of that had to eat a pinfall, on her first thing back because you had to get Rhea into the match. It just is what it is. But I mean, just as a side note, Rhea at least is now into the Money in the Bank, as well as Roxanne, who on the same night also qualified. So yeah, I think we're gonna get some men's stuff.
She was really over. By the way, too, Roxanne.
Yeah, she was over. Yeah, crowd, and that match didn't have a lot of heat at first live, just because I think it was an awkward thing where the crowd gave Becky a good pop when she came out. They still want to cheer for Becky. They're not quite in on like the heel turn yet, so like the crowd like really was like wanting to cheer for Becky, but she was playing a heel during the match. And then Roxanne's technically a heel, but the crowd really liked her, so they popped when she won. But like Natalya is a babyface. But nobody really bought that she was going to win. But they were still trying to cheer for her, so it just made for a weird dynamic for a little while live. But the crowd eventually got into it and popped big when Roxanne come out. I was glad to see that most of the reviews that I listened to and videos and whatnot gave Greenville credit for being a good crowd on Monday, because it did feel hot even in the pre-show stuff. They taped some stuff for Main Event, which I don't even know where Main Event airs. JP, where does it even air now? If you want to watch Main Event,
what is it? Went to watch it during Mania week and I got confused. It's on both Peacock and Hulu, but one of them's delayed. And like even Peacock was delayed. Like I want to say, I don't know, Cocker the Hulu. It might be Cock.
I thought it was on Peacock in America. Internationally, it's on YouTube. So, I know. But I thought I was I think I was watching a thing where Sean Ross Sapp was answering a question like, "Why do they even have Main Event still?" And he was like, "I think it's just part of the deal with Peacock. But when Peacock's deal comes up, they might be like, well, we don't want Main Event." So
Google doesn't help. Google assumes I mean Saturday Night's Main Event.
Right. No. WWE main event of the TV show, yes. Which, I was going to say, I won't spoil the results in case you want to watch, but there was Maxine Dupree versus Ivy Nile opened the show live.
Oh, please, no, I want to go.
No, but I was going to say, there was a really good match, though, on the pre-show that the crowd was super hot for. It was the War Raiders versus the LWO guys, Joaquin and
Cruz the Toro.
Yeah, they had a really fun match, like a really fun tag team match.
I saw a YouTube video for SmackDown. They got like Jimmy Uso and Shinsuke. Like, yeah, sometimes those pre-show matches are cool.
Yeah, the crowd got really into the pre-show match. They did some fun spots, and it actually was a fairly fun tag team match. So, just throwing that out there if anybody wants to try to track it down. But yeah, the crowd was fun. Most over people by far in Greenville that night. Jey Uso by far 100%. And I will say this: there's a reason why that guy is champion right now. And yeeting with Jey Uso during his entrance is really, really fun live. So I'll just say that if you get a chance to do it, it is very, very fun. It is a high point of the show, and it is very fun to do. And it's pretty surreal to be in the middle of it when it's happening. So it is very, very fun. I'll say that it's a good time. CM Punk got a monster pop when he came out at the very end. They really wanted to see CM Punk. You would have thought goddamn Stone Cold Steve Austin in 2000 was coming out. Jesus Christ, that dude was way, way over. Rhea was way over. I mean, Braun Breaker was even pretty over, for what it was.
I thought it was interesting that like when Gunther interrupted Logan Paul, he got a big pop, and then they started chanting, "You tapped out."
No, yeah, I mean, because again, Greenville, it was just a good crowd. They were just happy to see everybody. Everybody was getting pops when they came out. Everybody was in wrestling mode. So I was happy to see that. Because Greenville in the past, I've been to a few Greenville shows here and there in the past. They can be a hit or miss when it comes to just crowd energy. As far as whether or not they don't want to sit on their hands or actually get into the show. Luckily, they were ready for the show that night and having a good time. So everybody was ready for wrestling. It was a very fun crowd, fun night. So I think it elevated what could have been a fairly mediocre Raw into a little bit better. A lively crowd can always make a regular show that much better. Overall, So it was all right.
Pat McAfee on commentary, I don't know, kept complaining that it was like very humid in there. Was it hot?
No, we were fine. I think it's just those guys wear like
it's very humid in there.
Those guys also wear like suit coats, at ringside under a bunch of lights. And they're under a bunch of lights right under the, on the ring. So I'd imagine it's hotter under that ring than it is, in the, other parts of the arena. No, the air conditioning was working just fine. I wasn't overheated, so I don't know. Yeah, they wear a lot of heavy suit jackets. So, he even got a big pop when he came out before the show started. So Pat did. Everybody was happy to see everybody. It was a good time. So, I know WWE is pricey right now. As far as live wrestling, there's a bit of a news story like that. JPO, didn't they have to go back to the PLE for that NXT show they were going to have in Tampa, and then now they're going back to the Performance Center. Because of lack of ticket sales or something. The one after.
I didn't write it down, but I did briefly hear of that.
There was something about because they're doing that battleground because they're doing like a whole Tampa thing this weekend, right? Because they got Saturday Night's Main Event, they got the NXT Battleground, and then they were going to have another regular NXT show.
They're going to have a regular NXT show, and then
but it only sold like 1,000 tickets or 1,500 tickets or something like that. So they had to.
It sold 1,600 tickets in like a 6,000 seat venue or something.
Well, the Battleground thing sold like 5,000 or 6,000 tickets, so that one was fine. They sold no tickets for that.
That's just the NXT.
The other one, because it was just a regular show, was not selling, and I think that one's going to end up going back to the their usual weekly venue. So it's expensive, man. You can't be charging too much for these regular shows, man. You're going to price people out. And I will say AEW is way more affordable. When I went to Dynamite earlier this year at the smaller venue, I think our tickets, and we had pretty good seats for like $25-$30 a piece, which is fairly reasonable, pretty reasonable for a TV taping. Even when I went to Revolution in Greensboro last year for Sting's final match, I had a lower bowl seat for I want to say like $100. Wasn't that bad, even for a pay-per-view. For a pay-per-view, pretty good deal for Sting's final match. So not bad. And as opposed to WWE PLEs, which are even for nosebleed seats, I think for the cheapest for WrestleMania was $600-$700, even for nosebleed, something like like that.
No, I think you can find nosebleeds for $4. To be fair,
$4. Oh yeah, much better.
Oh, okay. Well, now you said that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I went to because when I went to Grand Slam, I think I only had like I think it was 50. That was fine. I was like, cool. Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, AEW is the much more affordable promotion. If they come to your town, it's worth it because you at least know with AEW you're going to get solid night of wrestling. Like they will deliver in the ring, for the most part, and you'll have a good time. So I do recommend AEW live. But WWE was fun. My lady got to see them for the first time live, so that was a sort of a bucket list thing she had always wanted to do, is just see WWE live. We've been to AEW a couple of times, but WWE live was, and even then I hadn't been to a Raw since the night after Ric Flair's retirement match with Shawn Michaels in Orlando. I went to that Raw when they had the retirement ceremony that wasn't a retirement ceremony because it was TNA. Yeah. So I was there for that night when they brought out some of the Horsemen guys and the Undertaker and some of those guys at the end of that show. But a good time overall. Not bad. So sorry, JP, we kind of diverted from Zoe Stark into talking about Raw the other night.
No, we're good.
It's pretty good time to talk about it because
yeah, it ties in with the actual show. So there you go. But please continue. Yeah.
No, we're good. No, the next thing I have to say is I don't know if you're like me, if you always have fun going when the road agents come out and you're like, oh, that's where Kenny Dykstra is. And here's Navari.
Jamie Noble.
You might have a new one soon. You might be looking in the background going, is that Doug Basham? Looks like Doug Basham is about to have going on the road for the WWE. Not too surprising if you've been following his OVW run. He's been helping Al Snow run OVW these last couple of years. He was even featured decently enough in that Netflix series that came out. So yeah, Doug Basham will be hitting the road with the WWE, former tag champ there. God no, which is a bit surprising, as Chris Bay's tag team partner Ace Austin and TNA had parted ways here. I believe he's on tonight's episode, probably as we're talking. Might be fighting Mustafa Ali. Maybe that match happened already within the last hour. And looks like he and TNA have departed, former tag champ and X Division champ in the past. Be interesting to see where he goes. So supposedly there was talks to keep him, and it just kind of fell through. So whether or not they'll recircle to those or AEW, Indies, who knows? But yeah, he's awesome. He's a pretty talented guy. So interesting to see where he lands.
What's interesting about that is he was scheduled to be at Under Siege, and then now it's just going to be a mystery partner. So I'm like, okay, that's interesting. He don't even do that now. I could see him going to New Japan or something. He's done New Japan a few times. I think his style fits in there. I mean, WWE might make a play for him too. I could see him in AEW, but he's a really talented dude. So I'm sure he won't have a time getting work.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where he'll land now. JD Drake, my boy JD Drake, and Anthony Henry, the workhorseman, both of them got injured. Both of them are now cleared. So we might be seeing them pop up on AEW television or Ring of Honor sometime soon. Speaking of landing too, Darby Allin did it, y'all. Motherfucker climbed Mount Everest.
He sure did. And I think in the process, didn't he set the record for like the highest elevation kickflip? Didn't he have a skateboard with him or something like that?
Did he do something? I didn't read too much. But that's
something like that. I think it was. I saw a side note about that he had his skateboard with him and did like a kickflip on the top of the mountain and set a record for elevation kickflip or something something goofy like that while he was up there. So good for him.
Did he do a coffin drop from the top?
That would be dangerous. I would think, but he would do it if somebody asked him to.
So cool. So now come back to the States and just stop doing
beat John Moxley, please.
Yeah.
I say we might see JD Drake and Anthony Henry on television. Then again, if you listen to Scorpio Sky's interview, maybe not, because Scorpio Sky is another one, just like Ricky Starks and others. It's like, I've been cleared for 2 years, y'all. I'm ready. I don't know. I'm waiting that call.
Is he like Wardlow, who's also been just
he's another dude?
He's a very patient dude. I would be going. I don't know, man. I would be going.
Last seen in Ring of Honor on October 2023. You have to literally go back to 2023 before he was on our televisions. Maybe even longer for AEW, evidently. I didn't even look that up. He still wrestles. He's been doing independent matches. He was Mania weekend fighting somebody on Mania weekend. He just had a match with Hammerstone last week or about a month ago. So he's active. He's healthy. Just Tony just ain't got none for you.
I'm glad he's still like active wrestling, but you can't keep someone on bench that long, man. Just like get him out of the contract.
No,
you're not going to use them.
He's even said, like, some people have joked with him, like, dude, just collect that paycheck. Like, you're literally getting paid for nothing. And he's like,
Wardlow is probably getting paid for nothing if he's under contract also. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, no, there's a lot of people looking like their roster, like Emi Sakura, like, there's a lot of like people where it's like, are they all getting paid this entire time? Like,
it's like shit. No, it's WCW. Remember, Lenny Poffo collected a paycheck every week for 4 years and never made a single TV appearance.
I mean, that was a special to make Macho happy, but like, it's not that far from it. Where it's like these people are literally, they're getting paid for nothing because Tony's not. He's just not calling them, but they're still signed. So I don't know. I love Scorpio Sky. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure TNA would take him, so let him fly somewhere else.
It sucks to be as envisioned for WWE or anything like that, though. It's like I want, you know what I mean? Like it's like I just want to. I don't know. Like you're just sitting here doing nothing and doing independence, and you can't like, you gotta wait till your contract runs out and to I don't know go to do bigger things like maybe like a TNA or WWE, but I don't know. I mean, it's getting paid. That's cool, but it's like if you want to. Elevate your career, potentially try to elevate your career or go do a promotion that's got TV time. It's kind of, puts you in a bit of a situation. You're like, okay.
If you can't share the screen, Pez.
Oh, okay. What we got here? We got some
cards to run down. We won't have to go into predictions or anything, but we can talk a little bit of NXT. NXT is airing Sunday, May 25th. They got Battleground. They got the North American Women's Championship. That is Solo Ruka defending against Kalani Jordan. 6-person tag match. Sean Spears' group taking on the tag champs Hank and Tank as well as Josh here. So 6-person tag there. We got a collision of the family. Chanting, how dare you turn your back against the family. This is a normal one-on-one match, so I think they're going to lead us on bigger. Titled in line, Obafemi against Miles Bourne. Kind of a quick push for Miles Bourne. It might be a good match, but I would imagine Obo retains. The TNA title on the line for the first time on a WWE PLE. Not anything WWE related, but TNA World Title. Joe Hendry defending against the Trickster, Trick Willie. And then also big women's title match here. Check this out. Stephanie Valcor against Jordan Grace. So 6 matches for NXT Battleground coming up on Sunday.
Okay.
I think Trick's winning that, by the way.
Could be.
Yeah.
I see Trick winning and then doing some stuff over on the TNA pay-per-views. Yeah, as like a crossover thing, defending the title over there. Because he's shown up on Impact a couple times, right? Like
he's on almost every week now. Yeah, lately.
Okay.
And did you know Miles Bourne is dating Stephanie Vaquer now? Fucking the envy of every wrestling fan. That moment.
Jesus, man.
Good for him. Shout out to Miles, overcoming all the odds. Damn you. Of course, your big Saturday night's main event coming to us from, as mentioned, Tampa this Saturday here. Only 4 matches announced. Might stick to 4, most likely here. 2 world title matches, though, as Jey Uso defends against Logan Paul. Drew McIntyre.
Jey Uso hangs on to that because they're teasing. I could see them doing I can see them building actually to a 3-way with Jay, Logan, and Gunther because they've been teasing a lot of Gunther Logan stuff lately and some interaction there. And if they do a 3-way, you could actually get that without having a heel versus heel thing, but you can still get the crowd getting to see Gunther wail on Logan Paul, and I'd like to see that as well. So I could see a 3-way in the future, maybe at Money in the Bank or something, or in the near future with that, or Night Champions. I can see that.
I kind of feel like they're doing. Sometimes it feels like they're only doing Jay and Logan Paul because NBC maybe wants it, because it's like they clearly want to pivot towards Jay and Seth Rollins, and they're clearly more. Sometimes it feels they're more interested in doing that story, but they're like, oh, we got to get this Logan thing out of the way. Oh yeah, Logan's in. But like, it just feels like,
I don't agree with that. I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's them obviously they're just trying to show that like Jay's got a lot of people in line, because I think he's got to focus on Seth, he's got to focus on Gunther, Logan Paul's because you do want to build. This is a big show to a degree, So like so no, I think it's kind of medium storytelling to get to the bigger storytelling sometimes, but it still matters to a degree, I think.
Well, Seth is busy with other things on Saturday Night SmackDown, as we're talking about. He's busy right now. And
no, it's not yet. But Drew and Damien, this is a cage or what is this?
It's a cage match. Yeah,
that's what I thought. So there's a cage behind them. That makes sense. So yeah, they're big rematch from Mania. Now it's a tag. There we go. You got Seth and Braun taking on CM Punk and Roman. Never mind, it's Sammy.
Roman's on vacation again, taking his 3-month hiatus that he does after WrestleMania.
Now that was definitely a pivot. That was definitely like
which sucks for my damn fantasy. I'm like, I might get Roman actually wrestling on another event or a PLE or something, and then he went and takes his vacation that he does.
I knew right away from day one I was never drafting Roman. I knew I couldn't trust him.
Yeah. I forgot another piece of news quickly. Roman's going to be in Street Fighter. Roman Reigns is going to be in the Street Fighter movie with Jason Momoa. So that's going to be interesting. But yeah, he's a Kuma. So there you go.
Jason Momoa is what?
I don't know who Jason Momoa is, but yeah. But Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa just as Jason Momoa?
No, he's going to be as.
No, he's going to play Cole in the Street Fighter movie.
Yeah.
No, that's a Mortal Kombat joke about a character that's not needed, that's not in Mortal Kombat.
I thought you were gonna. Okay, hold on. Let's rewind. This is my stupidity. Yeah. I thought you were talking about a video game. You're talking about a movie.
Yeah, they're gonna make like they've done the Mortal Kombat, the new Mortal Kombat movies. They're gonna make another new Street Fighter movie, and Roman Reigns is gonna be in it. So yes,
Roman Reigns is gonna be in it, and Jason Momoa is gonna be in it too. Yeah.
In my no. I'm caught up now.
Yeah.
In my defense. Like, I'm thinking of, like, for instance, what is it? Isn't Peacemaker and Ghostface in the new Mortal Kombat? Like, that's what I thought you meant.
Correct.
Was like Roman Reigns is a downloadable character for Street Fighter. And then I got confused because you're like, and Jason Momoa. I'm like, as what? As Aquaman? As Lobo? As what?
Yeah.
Just Jason Momoa in the game? All right, that's weird. Yeah. All right, now it makes more sense. But yeah, this should be a fun tag match, though, between these four. And then, hey, R-Truth has to battle his idol, y'all, John Cena.
Quick question. Do you think we get a Cody Rhodes return during this match, or do they save that for SmackDown?
Maybe. Yeah, I'm 50-50. I mean, because I feel like the outcome of this is pretty duh. So if you want to spice it up.
Right. I mean, but if he like continues a beating on R-Truth or something, and Cody, kind of makes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
But the outcome's a foregone conclusion. Let's spice it up by having a moment. You know what I mean?
Right.
Otherwise, you're just gonna have a match.
Right.
So maybe.
There's speculation there that he could at least make an appearance. So we'll see and make his return.
Isn't this a rematch from Capital Punishment, or it was?
Yeah.
That 2011 show or whatever it was. Yeah, that one off again, like DC. Yeah.
Well, there's a Obama's on the poster.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
Was that when fake Obama was visiting Raw like that one time? They kept calling him the president. Did you remember this?
Imagine it's got to be that same time.
They never called him Obama. They just kept saying the president will be here tonight because they couldn't say Obama. They was like get sued. So they just kept saying the president was here. And there's just some guy. Yeah. Oh my god. Anyways. Yeah,
TNA's coming to this is the last thing I got here.
Okay.
TNA is coming to its TNA Plus app for Under Siege. This is the cheaper pay-per-view, which it's cheaper pay-per-view. Yes. Under Siege 2. Yes. Under Siege 3, I guess this would be.
And 3.
Eddie Edwards versus Cody Deaner. Cody Deaner's career is on the line. He has to win this to get a new contract. We got the we'll see. I don't know. Ash and Heather defend their knockout tag titles against Spitfire. This is also kind of an all or nothing match. If Spitfire don't win, they must disband. AJ Francis and Mike Santana will go 1-on-1. Tessa Blanchard, everyone loves her, takes on Ariana Grace. That's, by the way, the legit daughter of Santina Morella. The Nemets defend their tag titles against Matt Hardy and Leon Slater. Why Leon Slater? Because Jeff Hardy's banned from moving to go in Ontario. So.
Oh, is that a legit thing? Like because of drugs or something? Oh, okay.
I think he can't go. I don't know if it's every country or what, but like, yeah, he can't do overseas.
He does have not have like an international visa or something like that. Like he can't, travel.
I think they rebuked it. I believe is what it is. Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh, how about that?
It's not the first time that like he's has some certain tours and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah. Right.
Which they straight up say it too on TV, or they don't go into detail. But at one point, Matt's like, "Well, since Jeff can't be there." Masha Slamovich defends the title against Victoria Crawford. I mentioned before that is the former Alicia Fox. And then, it's I don't want to call it a B pay-per-view, but it's a B pay-per-view because the title's not on the line. We just got a fun tag match with Joe Hendry and Elijah taking on the Tricky Williams and Frankie Kazarian. So, this is Friday, so this is a precursor to the TNA World Title match. So Joe Hendry will walk in as champ. Will he walk out as champ on Sunday though?
That's like when there was Richie. Do you remember there was like a backlash like 2000, 2001 where it was like the main event was like Triple H and Stone Cold versus Undertaker and Kane with like no titles on the line. That was just like the main event. It was just like, wait, like what? It was like, wait, it's just like a tag match in the main event.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right. I mean, they're big stars.
TNA does it a lot. Not always. Sometimes there is major title matches, but they do that a lot. Sometimes on these shows that are, like I said, if it's 10 and not 40, sometimes they do that.
Yeah, sounds good. All right. Well, there we go. Cool. Well, should we get
into my news of the week?
Should we get into a show where we're actually going to go match by match with predictions, JPO? Because we got that we got to talk about. So,
I got those saved as well. That's the first thing I saved.
Yeah. No, we got to get into some double or nothing predictions. Yeah, for AEW this weekend, big show coming up. So yeah, let's run that down, JPO, and get some predictions going for double or nothing.
Yeah,
Phoenix, Arizona, in the desert.
Desert Diamond Arena. Yeah, double or nothing coming to us on Sunday. We'll first start off. We'll bookend with the Owens actually here. Mercedes Moné taking on Jamie Hayter, not for the title, but for the final of the Women's Owens Cup. What you thinking, Richie?
I wouldn't be surprised actually if this actually kicks off the show. If they do actually book in with the Owen Hart thing, they could. Like this one actually opens the show.
That logically makes sense.
Yeah, I can understand that. But yeah, go ahead, Richie.
It's been a while since we've had because I feel like what was it? Backlash is very predictable. This one's tough. I don't know. I feel because I can see Mercedes Moné winning. That she wins a lot. But Jamie Hayter, they're really high on her. She's very over. She's great. I think she could do more with the win. And I think the money at the moment is Mercedes Moné and Athena. I'm going to go Jamie Hayter here.
Yeah, no, I agree that this one is kind of tough to call. There'll be a few matches here that I'm not totally gung-sure on. I'm torn. I was definitely leaning towards Mercedes 1 point, Jamie 1 point, because you said kind of the bullet points I can think of. Mercedes wins a lot. She is booked as a star, as someone that doesn't lose often. But now is maybe the time to do it, because again, it doesn't take any titles off of her. And Jamie could use that trophy more potentially. I'm really torn. I'm gonna actually. I really am torn. I'm gonna go Mercedes based on my predictions for later. I don't know if we're gonna go double face. I don't know. Fuck it, Mercedes. Pez.
Yeah, no, I can see either way. And I've even seen discourse online that it's a little more 50-50 than you would think. I just think the way Tony books, I think he's building up to the two biggest stars in the company, women wise, facing off in Texas with Mercedes and Tony. So yeah, I'm going to say Mercedes takes this and they do kind of a big champion versus champion, the two biggest women in the company facing off at the big show. So I'm going to go with Mercedes here.
Yeah, it's a little torn here. Richie showing some love for Jamie. Yeah. I was very much on the fence. I nearly almost said the same thing. But two of us are going with Sasha. Just kidding, Mercedes. The Sons of Texas, your current Ring of Honor tag champs, and they're 6-man champs, which I forgot until Dustin had the titles
they're being greedy
on
at the
Wednesday.
moment. What do you want more belts for?
I just remember on Wednesday I was like, "What's that other title?" Oh, that's right, they do have dual titles against the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby and Shelton. Me first, yeah, I'm just gonna say Hurt Syndicate retained in here. You just started the MJF storyline here, unless he kind of screws them over, or like you're already gonna pivot to that quickly. And again, this is very similar to last month's last pay-per-view's tag title match, which is two dudes that haven't been on TV come in, win like a match or two, and they're number one contenders. So, what was the line? Me and my buddy Corey laughed so hard on Wednesday. He's like, Dustin Rhodes just kept like kind of repeating himself. He's like, "We're unstoppable, which means we can't be stopped." He literally said something along those lines. Where it was like, "Yeah, that's the definition." What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, that's the definition.
Anyhow, he said something where like he literally like said like the definition of what it is. Like, yeah, we know that's what that means. Anyway, Pez.
Yeah, until you put a bigger team like a Bucks or an FTR or somebody up against Hurt Syndicate, I'm pretty much not betting against them for a little while. Yeah, a lot of these teams, like you said, we throw them on TV, they get a win or two, and then that automatically puts them in line for like a title shot. Yeah, and then they just get. Yeah, I don't say they're going to get mauled by the Hurt Syndicate as much as whatever the last pay-per-view was, where it was pretty much an extended squash. But they'll probably put up a good fight here. But yeah, the Hurt Syndicate, yeah, they're one of the better storylines going on with the MJF. Yeah, they're not dropping those titles anytime soon.
So not to make it easier for you, Richie, but just to throw out some fun facts I like to do. We haven't seen Dustin and Sammy on television since September, and then they came in, they won one match against Leo Rush and Action Andretti to get this title match. So just throwing that out there. What you were thinking though, Richie?
If this was like a shoot like sport, I'd be like, no, fuck you. You won one match. Go fuck it.
It was a number one contenders match. They got a number one contenders match out there.
Yeah, that's like if UFC, if you like won a TV match like on the reality show, you like want to fight there, and then automatically you fight the champion at the pay-per-view.
Yeah, like no.
Yeah, no, that doesn't make sense at all.
Meanwhile,
I mean, at least you could somewhat make the argument that they have been Ring of Honor tag champs for a while, right, JPO? Like for a decent amount of time.
Yeah.
At least.
Well, even the September one, I think they're champs then. So they've been champs since August. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. At least they've been tag champions in another promotion for a while, so they have gold. So I mean, at least they have like a pedigree.
Yeah, I mean, if you care about Ring of Honor, yeah. And again, if they had just given it a little more time, I would have maybe even said maybe. Yeah. I just feel like this is literally screams like the last month where it was, all right, who do we got? All right, they win, and then they get a shot. Like it just screams so last second, Oh, and also to clarify, only Dustin is a 6-man champ. That's right. He's with the Von Erichs.
He's with the Von Erichs, yeah.
I forgot about Sammy had it. It shows how little I remember.
Put them on the show. I don't know. But yeah, I think this is just to get the Hurt Syndicate on the show. I don't know whether this MJF thing's going. Maybe he forms his own team. I don't feel like obviously the MJF thing is not long term. I don't know why he's. I don't know. I'm not enamored with the MJF storyline as much as Bez. I
think the segments are entertaining. I just don't know where they're going long term.
Yeah. So yeah, Hurt Syndicate aren't losing anytime soon until they find a credible threat that's actually presented as a credible threat.
We hurt people, and they win. Toni Storm, the timeless one, and her women's championship on the line against Mina Shirakawa. Pez.
Yeah, I think Tony will hang on to this. Like I said, I fully see Tony going into All In still as champion. But this is a match where I could see some kind of involvement from Mariah May coming back to TV because she's obviously the third person that's involved with the two of these people. So I could see her getting involved to a point where then Mariah and Mina go on to have a match because they have a history there, and I can see them pivoting off of that so that Mina can do something with Mariah, and then Tony can go off, at least with my prediction of Mercedes, that could change. But yeah, I think Tony emerges somehow, but I could see some kind of Mariah May shenanigans in this match. That's my prediction.
Shenanigans, Richard?
Yeah, I mean, I could see Mariah May show. It all depends whether there's legitimacy to the Mariah May WWE rumors. I mean, like the contract's still not up for a little while. So like maybe they still use her. But yeah, it would fit here. Much like unlike a lot of Tony Storm's other defenses lately, this is like not as predictable. I could see Mira definitely winning it at some point. This will be intriguing. I think she's got a lot of upside. Mina does, but I'll go Tony Storm with the idea that they've got something like bigger planned for her for the title in Texas. So, but yeah, I think Mina will be a champion in AEW in a matter of time. And god damn it, she's hot. Just putting that out
there. Yeah, actually, you both pretty much covered what I was going to say here. I think Mina could be a champ down the line, but then again, going with the logic we used last match, again, like her first match back in the company, once they signed her full time, was that eliminator match. So literally, it was, hey, look, there's Mina again. Oh, cool, she's number one contender already. So like, and also going on what Pez said, because we're so close to a bigger pay per view, like All In. I feel like you're not going to take it off Tony now. You know what I mean? If you're gonna wait for a bigger match, even if that involves maybe just doing this rematch, like we still got Megan Bayne in the background though. If Mariah May's not gone, she could be back. You could do the Mercedes Moné, like so. I think you just got juicier things in Tony's pipeline, and that sounded dirty, but I think Tony would have enjoyed that joke. So
yeah.
Fun to see Nigel McGuinness on the card teaming up with Daniel Garcia against FTR, and I love how Stokely's there too. Richie,
he's like, wait, yeah, you got to zoom in on him. Man. Oh, there he is. Oh, okay. He's in. He's right in the middle of Cash's chest hair, right there. Yeah, he's.
Look at this chest hair. Look at this chest hair.
You too can use your. He looks like he can be used as a back scratcher for hair. Use your Stokely Hathaway back scratcher, JP. That's right. Speaking of which. I could go for one right now. Yeah, damn.
Hold on.
Yeah, all right. Yeah,
Hold on.
Cheers, JPL. Cheers.
Let me join you.
We're bamboo back scratcher buddies. Yeah, that's good stuff. These bamboo back scratchers are the best. Come on, these are great.
I'm telling you.
They're the best.
One in the living room, one in the kitchen, just in case. You never know.
You never know.
I swear, if I go to a hotel, I get mad if I don't bring it. I go, shit, I forgot my back scratcher.
Yeah. You gotta try to grab like the hanger in the closet. Like you need something, whatever you can find.
Start doing the bear thing on a wall.
But the cat thing on a lounge, the couch, go up to the front desk and be like, "It's gonna sound weird, but do you have a back scratcher?"
Back scratcher.
Anyway, this match. Yeah, it's going to be great seeing Nigel McGuinness in the ring. I'm glad he's sort of getting a second, a kind of a chance to wrestle here. And I think him and Danny Garcia would be a cool team if that was a prolonged thing, but I don't think it is. I think Nigel McGuinness is taking the pin here, unfortunately. So I think FTR is winning. Because they've still got momentum as heels. So yeah. I think this builds up to Anyway.
Yeah, no, I'm going to go with FTR as well. I mean, don't forget, we just kind of started this heel turn, and this is their first big pay-per-view match with Stokely as well. So it just seems odd to job them to a makeshift tag team, especially in this kind of new renaissance of theirs. I hope Nigel wins sooner or later, because this will make him 0-4. He's just been there to put other people over, which is fine. I mean, that kind of makes sense since he's not a full timer. Only thing I'll slightly argue with is I actually think I think Garcia should take the pin, because I'd love to see a Garcia versus Nigel match. I could see Garcia getting upset and maybe leading to that. I don't know. I'm just trying to think, because I just want to see more Nigel. But regardless, I'm agreeing with FTR though. Pez.
Yeah, FTR is fully established in this heel thing right now, and this makeshift just kind of out of nowhere. I didn't even know this was a thing on the card till a few days ago. I was like, Nigel and Daniel are wrestling. I was like, oh, I didn't know that. I'm like, and then again, I missed a Dynamite or two, so I might have missed, an angle. But I was like, oh, Nigel's back in the ring. I mean, I'm excited to see Nigel back in the ring, and I always am. But I know FTR is pretty much, I think, going to take the win here.
That's a clean sweep there. A stretcher match. That's an interesting gimmick for these two. Mark Briscoe and Ricochet. Ah, shit, it's me. This is one of those ones where, like, I really don't.
I think this is their nod, Tony's little nod to, like, Sabu. Because, like, him and RVD had a pretty famous, like, stretcher match in ECW.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
I think that's their way to, like, pay tribute to kind of to Sabu. Yeah, they had one of their stretcher matches was on one of those ECW, like, best of DVDs. I've seen it a couple of times. And it's a fun stretcher match. Yeah, I just think that's my hunch. That is like a nod to Sabu because Tony was live for a lot of ECW stuff back in the day. He used to go to the arena a lot. So that's his nod, but just throwing that out there.
Yeah, no, that actually now makes my decision harder because now I'm like, oh, do you give it to the face then if you're trying to do like a tribute thing? I think just because I feel like they still treated him like a bigger star, I'm gonna say Ricochet takes it though. Pez?
I think Ricochet needs the win here more than Briscoe because isn't Ricochet? He's come out on the losing end of his last couple of pay-per-view matches. I feel like he
that's what I'm thinking.
He could really use,
but losing. Yeah,
even though it's not like a big high-profile match for like a title or anything, I feel like he kind of needs a win here to get some momentum back going into All In. Whatever match he's going to have for All In. So yeah, and Briscoe can take the fall here, and he can still put up a good fight. It should be a fun match. Like they'll have a good brawl, and Briscoe's man, so it should be fun.
Sure.
But yeah, I'll go with Ricochet here, getting the win on pay-per-view. He needs it.
Richie, what you thinking for these two?
Yeah, I think Mark Briscoe is a guy that's like that over that like a loss, doesn't affect him really. I'm glad you like contextualizing it with a Sabu tribute makes more sense now because I was going to be like, it's weird having the first match in a feud, a stretcher match, but like if it's a nod to Sabu, that makes more sense. So I don't have any gripe to that.
And if I remember right, most stretcher matches are, I think you have to get them on the stretcher and then wheel them past a certain point on the ramp, I believe is usually what it is.
Yeah.
That's in my mind, yeah.
And then wheel them up past a certain line or something like that. So there's always teases of like, oh, he's almost there and he rolls off or what, Yeah, that's usually because even Brock Lesnar and Big Show had one at like Judgment Day, I think, in like 02 or 03 or something like that.
Yeah, he put him on a forklift, I think. That was
he put him on a stretcher on a forklift and then rolled him over the line. Yeah, he kind of cheated. But yes, something like that. But yeah, I think this is more of a nod to RVD and Sabu's stretcher match, I believe.
Yeah, RVD had one with Randy Orton, I believe. I think it was his last rematch where he left for a while. But yeah, I'll go Ricochet.
All right.
All right, the clean sweeps.
We might need some tiebreakers. We're getting a lot of clean sweeps here, so let's see if we can start breaking some of these. I don't know.
Well, let's see how we feel about this. It's Anarchy in the Arena, y'all. And what is it, 6-on-6? Yeah, because they're crediting the women as participants as well. So the Ops, Samoa Joe, Shibata, and Hobbs teaming up with Swerve, Kenny Omega, and Willow Nightingale against the Death Riders, Moxley, Wheeler Yuta, Claudio, as well as the Young Bucks and Marina Shafir. I'm also a little, just as a side note too, Gabe Kidd not officially in the match, but seems to be
we were all confused. Like, in the group. He's skinny. He's like in the group, and he's helping him out, but not in this match. That's
right. And they even showed him on Dynamite.
Well, JPO, it doesn't mean it is a no DQ clusterfuck. So it doesn't mean we could not see Gabe Kidd in the match, like make an appearance and do something. Like I fully expect him to be involved.
Why don't you make a 7-on-7 then and make that a mystery partner and then make the mystery partner?
Well, or just do that and make the mystery or have Hook come back. That would make the most sense, right?
I think it's going to be Hook or Eddie Kingston.
Yeah, I could see that. Oh, Kingston actually.
Eddie Kingston's been rumored that he's ready. Yeah, and I could see Kingston and Gabe Kidd have a history, so that could make sense.
Right.
Yeah, and lead to a match.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay.
That actually, you know what? I think there you go, Tony. You know what to do. No, I think we might have just called it.
Yeah.
I think Gabe Kidd pops up at the end, but then so does X, Y, or Z. Likely
Yeah.
Kingston. Hook's a strong possibility as well.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Pez, who you got winning your favorite match?
Well, and the reason why we talked about earlier that Will Ospreay and Hangman is the main event now, that leans me more towards the finish of this one. Does that make sense? Because that's why I'm going to go with the Death Riders here. I think they get the win because I think you could do that, and that's not the end of the show, pissing everybody off again, and you can still have Hangman and Ospreay to get the crowd back, even if the Death Riders win this match. So I think they squeak it out, somehow amongst all the shenanigans. But yeah, I've heard rumors about Eddie Kingston being ready to come back, and yeah, if he gets involved to even the odds with Gabe Kidd, that would make sense, and they could even have a match at All In. They could build that up because those guys have a history. So, I could definitely see that happening. So, yeah, there will be a bunch of stuff going on. It'll be a clusterfuck. It's my favorite match. I hate Anakin Arena, but it's just such a. It's chaos, and they're playing music. And
I will say,
it annoys me, but we'll see what happens. I don't know, but I'll go to
Dynamite. Don't watch Dynamite's ending because it won't make you feel any better because they're playing music. It's chaos, and they missed definitely a couple things, and I was like, oh shit,
that's what I'm saying. They always miss stuff. They don't do this. They don't do the split screen.
Dynamite won't win you over. There's definitely times where it was like, I have a chair, cut to something else. Like, okay,
yeah.
what happened with the chair?
I'll say amongst the chaos, the Death Riders escape with a victory here, and at least it's not the main event. I'll say that. At least it's not the main event. That's all I'll say. All right,
Richie, what you thinking? The Death Riders with the Bucks or the Ops, Omega and Willow and Swerve?
Yeah, I know I'm throwing stones here because of the state of my head, but my hair. But Willa Yuta needs a haircut. That's all I'll say first. But yeah, it took me a while to realize that was him. But yeah, I'll go point of difference here. I will go. I will go. Kenny.
You just say the ops team. The ops team. That's what I was saying.
The ops team, because I mean the main events, like, I don't think there's a defined heel. I think they're both baby faces, so I don't think of, like, so yeah. So I'll go the ops team, and with I think Eddie Kingston, like coming to the aid when Gabe Kidd tries to get involved will make the difference as well. So I'll go team ops.
Yeah, no, I could see either way. This is one of those matches where it's really just kind of, I think, up to future booking and kind of where you want to go. I'm gonna go with again, I can flip flop on this easily. I'm gonna go with Death Riders though, because yes, the main event is kind of facey. This is now a heel and then a face, for sure. And then also it's just too with that, like, I think. I don't want to say we're nearing the end of the Death Riders, but I think let's make him look strong a little bit more going into All In. Give the champ a win because he's not defending the title, but I still think you want him to look kind of strong going into All In. So I'm going to go with the Death Riders kind of based on that.
Well, and he could kind of run this back because aren't they doing Blood and Guts in a couple weeks too? So you can kind of run this back, but mix in Gabe Kidd and Eddie Kingston into the Blood and Guts match, officially.
Yeah.
If they end up doing that. So that's something to keep in mind. Also,
for sure.
Yeah.
Oh no, we still got more to talk about because Okada is defending his Continental. I had to look real quick.
And don't forget, before we get to the main event, we could throw in the other one I told you about pre-show. So just
we will.
Yeah. That we don't have a graphic
for now, we'll talk Okada and Speedball. This is me, I believe.
Is his name just Speedball Bailey now?
Yeah, they're pretty much pushing that and not Mike. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I do prefer that over just like either A, Speedball, or B, Bailey. Like, I hate one names if you're not like a wacky person. Like,
well, Bailey would be confusing because there's already a Bailey in the promotion.
True. I'm just saying I've never loved like just Cesaro or just like have a full name. Why don't you have a full name? I'll go with Okada. I don't know. I think Okada will keep it a little bit longer here. Bailey would be fun to see as champ, but I think maybe chase it a little bit longer. And I think they're still high on Okada, so I'll say Okada. But I'm not 100% sure. But I'll go Okada. Pez?
I'll say Okada just because this match kind of feels thrown together, to give Speedball something to do. And I'm fully on the train that the Okada Omega thing at All In is going to be like a title for title. So I think they're both hanging on their titles until then. So yeah, I'm going to stick with Okada. I feel bad. I'm looking at my card and I got a lot of heels going over tonight. That doesn't bode well for the crowd. Getting very excited about a lot of heel. Like but it could be one of those nights. I don't know. Like sometimes you have those pay-per-views where like a whole. Yeah, and it's a lot of heels, and then when we get All In, you get a lot of faces going over. You get a lot of crowd happy. I don't know. It could be the opposite on All In.
And so if what you're thinking, I'm thinking for the main event, at least you end nice too. So
at least you end nice with two guys who are the crowd both like. That'll just have a great match. Yeah. So it'll still end the crowd happy. Yeah, I think no matter who wins. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
What about this, Richie? Though, are you on Speedball or Okada, bitch?
Not on. I hope I'm not on. Not on Speedball. I'm pretty healthy, but other than Okada, I think this has potential to steal the show. I think it should be a really good match. But yeah, I'm sort of coming around to the idea that like the Okada Omega will be title for title, and I think they're going to merge it into one sort of championship, one title at the end of the day, because I don't think you need both floating around. So I will go Okada, but there should be a great match.
If Okada shows up to work, it'll be a really good match.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. This has potential to be a cool match. And yeah, I forgot too. Yeah, we have been kind of thinking that they might blend those titles. I also know another small news thing, or they might do women's tag titles. So they'll kill one title and create a new title. Yes. But I think that was a clean sweep though for Okada. Beach.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, let's do the one you were talking about, Pez.
Yeah, so this is a bit of it's not really like a spoiler for Collision, so to speak, but it was made official at a graphic at the actual taping for Collision that they pre-taped already. But we don't know if it's going to be on the pre-show or the main show. But there is a trios match that will be confirmed probably by the end of Collision. It is the Don Callis family of Takeshita, Kyle Fletcher, and Josh Alexander taking on Paragon of Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, and Kyle O'Reilly. So it was made official at the taping, so it should be official with a graphic here in the next day or two. But that, again, pre-show, main card, we don't know. But it is a match, so we can predict it. So I don't know whoever's next, though.
I believe it's you. Go for it.
Me, yeah. Yeah. You know what? Just because, again, I'm looking over my card, and you need some faces going over. Just for that reason, I'll have Paragon eke this out. But I think it'll be a good match. But yeah, I could see this one. Yeah, it's actually one of the harder ones to predict. I could see it going either way. But I'll take the Paragon guys maybe just to get a win over Don Callis.
Richie, what you thinking of that 6-man tag?
I think going the other way. I'm going to go Don Callis family. I think. Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe like Takeshita and Kyle need a little bit more momentum. More momentum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not that they've lost steam or anything, but they're coming off a lot. Both, I think they're just both coming off losses at the last pay-per-view. So, yeah, I'll go Team Callis, but I'm not confident. But yeah.
All right.
Yeah, this one's tough because honestly, both teams could use the win. They seem like they've been jobbing Team Callis, but then also Paragon just jobbed to FTR recently. So, yeah, I really could see this either way. And I also kind of wish I knew if this was on the pre-show or not, because I feel like if it's on the pre-show, and I might lean more towards the good guys in general. Mm-hmm. For now, I'm gonna go. I'll say Don Callis family.
It could be on the main because they're not opposed to doing 9-match pay-per-views. We've seen that.
Oh
before.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Sure. Yeah, so I mean, who knows? Although I feel like if you're going to cut one, even just looking at the card, I would take the Hurt Syndicate match out. I don't think you need it. Like I would take that
I'd
out.
probably say the 6-man just because there's no stakes.
Right, yeah, or something like that. But yeah. So who knows? Hell, even the Ricochet Briscoe stretcher match, just do that as a main event on Dynamite as a Sabu tribute match or something,
Well, that's too late now. You're not going to take that off.
Yeah.
On paper, though, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Richie, kick us off in the main event, confirmed main event. Will Ospreay, Hangman Page, the Owen finals.
Oh, God damn it, no, that's not the thing. I predict that this match will be very good.
I predict this match could be a match of the year candidate.
Yeah. I think these both are very good. Both guys are very good wrestlers. They're good at their job. No, again, I might be just. It all depends, like what they're gonna do with the Moxley situation. If they want like an original to beat Moxley, or if they're fucking waiting for Darby Allin to get down from Everest. So, I mean, I could see either one challenging Moxley, but I think they might go for AEW original. So, look, go either way. I would be happy either way. I'm gonna go Hangman here. I think Hangman, a more gritty Hangman Page going up against Moxley and potentially winning the title, having the championship as a more gritty version of Hangman Page. I think that would work better this time around, and I'm here for it. So I'll go Hangman Page, but I have no issue with Ospreay winning.
Yeah, actually, I'm kind of high on Hangman Page right now. In general, I feel like I'm the most invested in this character that happened in a very long time. To where if he were to win and take down Mox, I'm kind of cool with it. But I've also, there's a reason why we have our own Will Ospreay match category at the end of the year. So I'm obviously super high on him as well. And I just feel like he's strike while that iron's hot. I think if you hold off, All In just makes sense. All In Will Ospreay, that just makes sense to me. Although Hangman in Texas makes sense.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Time limit draw 3-way. Is that possible? And All In 60-minute time limit draw. I'm still gonna go Ospreay. I might regret that though. Because
this might be the most unpredictable one of the whole thing, and I like that. I like that this match is not overly predictable as far as an obvious winner here going in All In, because you can make an argument for the Cowboy going into Texas to take the Outlaw Cowboy going in to take out the guy running the town and getting the big win in Texas. That makes a lot of sense storyline wise, and he's a old school AEW guy going all back to the beginning. But you could also make the argument for Ospreay. It's his time. He's paid his dues over the last 2 years. He's had multiple, these match of the year candidates. He's carried the company work rate wise. It's his time to strike. The crowd's ready for him to be a world champion, on the biggest stage, and taking out Moxley, would make sense too. I'm going to go with what I want to see. I want to see Ospreay finally take it. I think Hangman will get his time as champion again at some point. But I think you got to strike with Will while it's kind of ripe and ready for it. And I could see Hangman going into All In. They've been teasing him and Swerve actually being a team, or for some. So I could see them being I'm just saying I could see them being a team going after the Young Bucks. They talked about maybe doing that for All In. I could see that them being a team, and then doing something there. So that could happen. So I'll go with my heart and I'll go Ospreay here. But I wouldn't be mad either way, because either way, you make the argument for it, and it makes sense, and I'm fine with either way. So it should be a great match. I'm looking forward to it. Very unpredictable.
No, I love that about a main event. That's dope. So we are split. I'm thinking the Hangman will take it, and even the people that don't think that think it's possible, and some think it's Bruv over here. Look at this, bro. Mm-hmm. And that is your AEW Double or Nothing predictions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's that nice. AEW.
All right, there we go. Excellent job there. It should be interesting. Again, I've seen some people complain that it's, not one of the stronger Double or Nothings. But again, I think if you look on paper, if the actual, as AEW usually does, sometimes we underestimate, the pay-per-view, and then it delivers in the ring, and they over-deliver, match quality. And I think there's some potential to be some great matches on that show. So, especially in that main event. So it should be.
That perception just coming from the fact there's no world title match on the show. I think it on paper it looks like a decent
Yeah, it looks like a decent show to me. Yeah, maybe it's just because, it's like the pay-per-view before All In, so people think we're kind of just spinning our wheels here. But I tell them there's important stuff, and I do think you're going to get a lot of stuff setting up All In out of the show. So, I mean, I think it's an important show in that aspect. I think you're going to see a lot of things emerge, and start the build for that. So, we'll see what happens there. All right, anything else you guys want to get into before we just play a game or two to wrap it up tonight, and we'll keep it a fairly brief show? Anything else?
Not that I can think of.
No, it's a loaded weekend of wrestling, as we talked about.
Actually, the only other thing which I thought was funny, I mean, I guess it's like if you're playing video games. So I don't know when the pack comes out, but it was announced that one of the people are going to be downloadable in the game for the 2K25 in the I can't remember what the package is called, but one of the people that's going to be downloadable is Tyrese Halliburton from the Indiana Pacers. So that's weird.
They did a whole interview segment with him on Raw at the show that nobody gave a shit about, and everybody went to the bathroom for.
I was gonna say, nobody gave a shit. I don't give a fuck about that. Move on.
Who cares about NBA players in my wrestling game? I don't give a shit. Yeah, I'd be more excited if it was like Bad Bunny or something. Yeah, who cares?
I just find that weird.
I'd be more excited if it was the Goon or Zodiac. I don't care about this shit.
Or David Arquette even. Put David Arquette in the game and I'd play as that. Anything. Yeah, somebody has wrestling related something. Anything.
I feel like WWE does this thing that sometimes where they kind of kiss ass because it's like, hey, they're going to be maybe in the NBA finals, so let's reward them and let's get some exposure off that. Okay, fair enough. Put them in a game that, I don't know if many people are going to use them. Anyway, I'd rather have people who wrestled or people who made appearances at the wrestling. But anyway, I thought
you guys want to play a little wrestling A to Z game? A couple of rounds here and there. I got the leftover letters on the wheel of the ones we haven't used yet. We still got some good ones, some juicy ones that could be picked, and then a couple ones that would go very, very quickly if they got picked. So, some of these can be quick, and we'll move on to another one. And some of these have a lot of opportunity. So, how it works, it's a lot like a JPO sort of, filmography thing over on Picks and Lists. So we'll spin a letter, and you can think of as many wrestlers that begin with that letter as you can until nobody can think of anything anymore and you're out. So I've got all the leftover ones that we have not hit yet. I've been keeping track of them in my note app. So we got 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, we got 12 letters left, 12 letters of the alphabet here. And then, again, there's some good juicy ones on there, there's some not so juicy ones on there, so we'll see what we get. I'll shuffle it up here and make it nice and random so you can't really prep for this because you don't know where you're going to hit. So, and feel free, you can write stuff down on a whiteboard if you want to as you think of things. Totally. R, that's a juicy one we can work with. So, R. All right, so I'll just pull this off the screen, remove the R, and we'll go back to this. So, we'll work with that until we are out. So I'll elect to go to last. I'll just start with, we'll go to circle with JPO. You have about, 20 seconds per turn, roughly 20 seconds. Can't think of something, you're out. You can write down whatever you want. So JPO kicks off with the letter R. What do you got?
Randy Macho Man Savage.
All right. Richie?
Rick Rude.
So Randall Orton.
Okay. I have some. I just don't want to go obscure yet.
Right. I know you want to save those obscure ones for later.
Yeah.
Those deep cuts.
All right, fuck it. The Ultimate Warrior ripoff from Renegade.
Okay. Richie.
Roman Reigns.
Rey Mysterio.
God damn it.
Some obvious ones. I don't have to go deep yet.
I don't care. I'll be a douche. Rey Mysterio Sr.
Okay.
R-Truth.
There you go. Ray Phoenix. Another Ray.
God damn it. I was just writing it.
Sorry.
Ricky Morton, Rock and Roll Express.
Ricky Saints.
I'll keep the Ricky thing going. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
I will also do that and go Ricky Smokes. Swipe right on Evolve.
Oh, yeah. I'll go Ricky Morton. Ricky Morton. There you go.
Didn't you just say Ricky
I said
Morton?
that already.
Oh, Ricky Morton Jr.
I just said it. Rock and Roll Express. That's not his name. So no.
That's not his name. No, that's not his name.
That's not his name.
His name's
Oh,
Kenny.
really?
Kenny,
Okay.
Kenny
Sorry.
His name's Kenny
Yeah, I
Morton.
guess we can say it. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not on a case yet.
Rick Moss.
I'll go with another Rick Steiner.
Oh, yeah. Canadian.
Okay. High Voltage Robbie Rage.
Yeah. Rock and Robin.
I'll go with another Rick Boogs. Remember with his guitar.
You know who we haven't said it might be the most popular wrestler of all time? The Rock or Rocky Maivia.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, I've heard of him.
Vaguely.
Ray Horace.
I'll go with The Rock's dad, Rocky Johnson.
Oh shit! Nice.
Yeah, there you
go. Public Enemy, Rocco Rock.
Rocco Rock. Yeah, there you go.
Rocky Romero.
Look at me, Rob Conway.
Big Boss Man's real name, and he used it in WCW. Ray Trailer.
Ray Trailer, yeah.
Robbie E.
Oh, God damn it. I just wrote that down. Shit. Fuck you, Richie. Robbie E. It's like guys I know personally, JPO, but I can't say them, because they're not famous enough. Like guys I work with. Yeah, back in the day, I can't use them.
I got one that I think will eke its way into eligibility.
Yeah. Oh, Ralphus.
Yeah.
Okay, right on.
He had a few matches officially. Ralphus.
Robbie T. Rob Taylor or Rob Terry rather. Big Jack guy.
Oh man, that's what I was going to say.
That's why I had to say first.
Road Dogg, Jesse.
Shit.
Oh
nice.
Damn it! Yeah, that's a good pull. Shit. Damn it. Damn, I'm like running out already. I figured there'd be more. Raven.
Oh, duh.
Raven. Yeah. Jeez.
Rhino.
Rhino, duh. Well, I should have had a long time ago.
Rodney.
Rebel in TNA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice. Rodney Mac.
Rodney Mac.
Relic. He's killer back.
Repo Man.
Nice. Current WWE champion Raquel Rodriguez.
Of course.
Yeah.
I know we're like missing people that are on the roster right now.
Rahit Raju, former X Division champion.
Nice.
Did anybody say fucking Ric Flair?
No, I thought you already did.
No.
Duh.
God damn.
Jesus, that's a big one. Right off the bat.
Let's go with. She's gonna be on AEW. Reina Isis.
Rich Holland.
Rico. That just reminded me of another one. Yeah.
Is it Ricochet that reminded you of? Because it reminded
No,
me.
well, kind of, but I had another one that like kind of rhymes with Rico. I'm gonna go with on the next one if it gets around to me.
Raul Mendoza, that dude.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Okay. Yep, you're good.
Okay. I would say
It's a Cruz del Toro. That was his original name.
Rico reminded me of Riho, the ladies wrestler.
Yeah.
Riho.
Okay,
Riho.
good one.
Yeah.
Rocky Romero's first Ring of Honor tag partner, Ricky Reyes.
Ricky Reyes, the Rottweilers. Yeah, that's right. I have a best of Rottweilers Ring of Honor DVD somewhere.
I
used to have that.
Yeah, somewhere in there. It's in my closet somewhere.
Roxanne Perez.
Oh shit.
WCW Hardcore Champion Reno. Reno with his ponytail.
Ruby Soho.
Yeah. Is she still wrestling? What's up with Ruby Soho, JPO?
She had a kid.
She had a kid, but like a lot of people have kids. Where is she? Is she not gonna wrestle anymore?
I don't know. Becky took time. I don't know. When did it pop out? Don't forget, a kid.
Ty Miller.
She was just got pregnant, so at least I had 6 months before she was off. After she was off TV, I would say so.
I just feel like
I have to look it up.
I haven't seen her in like 2 years or so. But it's been forever since we've seen her.
Has it been that? No. Well,
oh, it has to be. Yeah. Do you have the cage match?
It was. Yeah.
Okay. Is it on me?
It's me, I think.
Okay.
Ron Simmons.
Okay.
You know what I have to say to that? Damn.
He's a Ring of Honor guy who I've ref for, and then he was just randomly popped up as a jobber for the Ops. Rhett Titus.
Yeah.
He just randomly popped up again as like one of the job guys. It was weird. I was like, there's Rhett Titus. I know him.
I mean, unfortunately, he was probably a local, and they were like, "Sure, kid."
Yeah.
Did anyone say Ricky Steamboat?
Yeah, I did.
All right, that's fine because his son was Richie Steamboat.
I had him in my back pocket. Yeah. Razor.
Did anybody see Roddy Piper?
God damn, no. No. But I did just say Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, I just wrote that down for Ronda Rousey. I was like, they kind of go hand in hand, right? I was like, yeah.
Renee Dupree.
Oh yeah, I should have said that right after Rob Conway. Did anybody say Rob Van Dam?
No.
Damn it, no.
We're missing the big ones. Jesus.
Here I am. I got like 3 like.
Yeah, we're thinking of like obscure like indie guys, and then like we're missing like mainstream like Hall of Famers.
Yeah. Because like literally.
Yeah.
All right. Paul's daughter Rachel Ellering.
Okay.
Roxy Laveau.
Alright.
You know what the Ellering thing reminds me of? Can I say like Road Warrior Animal?
I'm gonna lean towards like legitimately no because it's A.
He was billed as Road Warrior Animal on SmackDown when he came back. Like
I'm not gonna argue it too much. Like, what do you think, Richie? I'm not gonna argue it.
I guess.
Because he was billed as Road Warrior. Yeah, he was billed as Road Warrior Hawk. Yeah. They were billed as that. So, oh.
So it's me now.
Yeah, because he said Road Warrior Hawk since I said yeah. I mean, yeah.
Rosa Mendez.
Ooh.
Okay. Did we say Ricky Morton's partner Robert Gibson?
No.
Oh, how did I not do that? Damn it! All right, good one.
I just thought of that one because I was like, oh yeah.
I will back that ass up though and say Rikishi.
Yeah, that's another big one. Hall of Famer we missed.
Rosie.
Bloodline. God damn it! Yeah, now we're going Bloodline guys. Okay. Reverend Devon.
Honestly, yeah. That's
he was building Reverend Devon.
No. I think it would take the Road Warrior rule, and 100%.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go with. Did Robert Fuller fight? He must have done like a manager match, right? I'm sure he got thrown in there.
Question.
Come on. Here, I can pivot. Let's go to. Again, I just weird. Rick Fuller. That's a WCW jobber.
Yeah. He was a. Was he? Oh, okay. That reminds me of one. Or was he the same guy? I can't remember the same guy. Rick Fuller.
I got a WCW jobber. Roadblock.
Fuck! I was just gonna say Roadblock, you asshole. I was writing it down.
Hold on.
Was it Rick Fuller Roadblock? Is it the same person?
I think it's the same dude.
Is Rick Fuller Roadblock? I'll look at it. Yeah, fact check that. Yeah, no, fair enough. I think Fuller is Roadblock. That's the same guy.
Appearances for WCW. I'm going to Rick Fuller wiki. Okay.
Yeah. Rick Fuller Roadblock. Yeah. I think it's the same guy.
Maybe not.
He's a big motherfucker because Rick Fuller was a big guy, so was Roadblock. They might be the same person.
No, okay, I guess it's a different person. Literally on Rick Fuller's thing says later that month he would face Roadblock and Swinger on Saturday night. All right.
Huh. Well, shit. I was gonna say Roadblock though. Shit. Rich Swann.
Mm-hmm.
Good one. We can still stick on the road though with Roadkill.
Roadkill, yeah, Roadkill. Okay.
Ron Harris.
Oh, fucking Ron and Don Harris. I'm getting low here.
I'm down to 2 until
I got one more written down, and then I gotta try to come up with Roosh.
Oh, that was fucking. I had that in my. I believe he went this late too.
Roosh.
Okay. I'm going. Anyone watch Tom Green's WCW Deep Cuts? Is that just me?
No.
he looks like it's not Tom Green, the guy you think of. He looks like Hulk Hogan. His name is Randy Hogan. He's a WCW.
I do know that. I've heard of the name. Yeah, I think I do know that. That's fine.
Okay. Oh, Robert Roode.
Okay. The Red Rooster, JPO? He was just built as Red Rooster.
Shit.
Yeah,
no,
right.
100%. No, it wasn't even at one point. It was just not even Terry Taylor. It
was just Red Rooster. Like I feel like he was even in a Royal Rumble. It's just here comes the Red Rooster. Yeah.
Shit, I was gonna say Red Dog, but that was a Rodney Mack. I said that already.
Yeah.
Ric Flair's son was Reed Flair. He did some New Japan shit.
Yeah, he also wrestled an official pay-per-view match one time.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. He actually wrestled in WCW like once on a pay-per-view when he was 13 or 14 years old, which is
that's gonna be a record. Yeah.
Oh God. Rampage Brown. He's a UK NXT UK guy. He was in
Brown. No, you're good. I've been racking my brain about. I was like Rampage something, but I couldn't pull it.
I got one. I got one more. I might be tapped. Ron Reese of the Flock, the Ravens Flock.
Another one, Reese. Fuck, I thought of what's the Yeti's name?
Ron Reese. Yeah, Reese or Ron Reese. That all works.
Okay. Ring of Honor, Rashay Brown.
Oh, who was it? Rucka Khan.
Okay. Crazy woman.
Yeah.
She's crazy.
Is Rebel the same as Rebby?
Yeah, it's the same chick.
Yeah.
Oh, same chick. Okay,
yeah,
sorry.
Reba?
I don't know my TNA very well.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, Britt Baker's assistant.
I don't have anything written, and fuck it, I'll tap out. I'll just let you guys battle. I'm tapping.
We might be towards the end. I just have a friend of mine, but MLW TV, Ricky Martinez. He was low key towards in his run.
I just realized who I was thinking of before. That was Kerry Morton. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, that's what we said. His name's Kerry, not Junior. We told you this at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Let's play the clip.
Yeah, run it back. All right, let me rewind real quick. Hang on a second. I'll see if I can find some obvious ones we missed, JPO, while y'all are battling it out.
Yeah. Look it up.
I'll look up some wrestlers in ours. Still tapped out.
I'm sure I'm naming Randy Hogan while there's Hall of Famers left.
Yeah.
Ooh, I have one. Count him down, Pez.
10 seconds.
You win though.
All I had left was Ronnie Garvin. Just came to mind randomly.
Ronnie Garvin. Okay, there you go. Well, JPO, congratulations. You got the R's. There you go. Yeah, I was looking it up. I didn't see a lot of obvious ones because we hit a few obvious ones later. Let's see. Razor Ramon. That's a pretty big one.
Oh, Jesus. Sure.
Yeah. Renee Young. Did she ever wrestle?
She didn't wrestle. That's why
no.
Didn't wrestle? No? Okay. Just checking. Let's see. But yeah, Razor is a big one. Rhea Ripley.
Fuck.
Oh,
that's kind of a big one, Mommy.
Oh my God.
Sorry, Mommy. Sorry. Ricardo Rodriguez.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me go to the AEW roster, see if we missed anybody, because those are in alphabetical order. Let's see. Roderick Strong. That's a big one. Yeah. Yeah, a couple of Rhea, Roderick. Those are some big ones we missed. Yeah, Razor. I think those are a couple of the big ones we missed, but there you go. So yeah. All right.
Oh, you could have said real one, Enzo's new name.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's pull the wheel back up. We'll spin it again if you guys want to go one more. If we get a juicy one, if we get a shitty one, we'll burn it real quick and then we'll go to another juicy one because we got some juicy ones still on there with some potential. So let me shuffle it up again and here we go. See what we got. See if we get one of the good ones. K could be a good one. There's a lot for K.
Yeah.
So we'll do K and then we'll wrap it up. We'll just do 2 for tonight. All right, there you go. Yeah, all right. Let's do K. Yeah, I think there's some K's around. So all right. Well, JPO, you won that one, so I guess you get to go again. So yeah, go ahead.
Kurt Angle.
All right.
Kerry Morton.
Yeah, there you go. Now you can say it.
That's funny. Yeah.
Your cousin JPO, Kevin Owens, KO.
How dare you take the family member before I could?
Right.
Kevin Von Erich.
Kevin Sullivan.
Harry Von Erich. The other Von Erich.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Also with a K.
Is there Kelly Von Erich or am I making that up?
No, I think you're making that up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Kevin Nash.
Okay. That works.
Chris Statlander.
She just came back on Monday. Kyrie Sane.
K Quick.
Get rowdy.
Get rowdy. All right, Richie.
Yeah. Ken Patera.
Kenny Dykstra.
Let's go with Karrion Kross.
Ken Shamrock.
Conan.
Killer Kowalski.
Kazani.
My buddy Dagan wrestled him a whole bunch of times because they had similar gimmicks.
Sin Bodhi.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense.
Sin Bodhi, yeah, Sin Bodhi.
I've worked with him.
Yeah. Recent Hall of Famer Kamala.
Recent Hall of Famer, just joking, Kelly.
Recent Hall of Famer, just joking, Kenzo Suzuki.
Oh gosh.
But that reminds me of Kento Kobashi.
God damn it. As I was writing, I'm like, Pez is gonna say this before I can finish writing it.
Yeah.
I don't want to do Tato lore or anything, but while we're there, Kaz Hayashi.
Well, Kenta.
Yeah, just Kenta. You could just say.
Oh,
Kenta.
God damn it!
Yes.
God dang it.
Still wrestling. I'll say another Japanese guy. I'll just use his full name, Kazuchika Okada.
God dang it! Yeah. Kevin Sullivan.
I said that.
He said that.
You said Kevin Sullivan? Oh shit!
He said Kevin Sullivan. Yeah, he said Kevin Sullivan.
Not believe it. Oh shit! In that case, I don't have anything. But come in a second.
$10 seconds.
All right, you guys have fun. I guess I can't. I'm blanking.
There's some obvious ones. I got a few obvious ones. You're gonna kick yourself, Richie.
Kenzie Page. It's not the obvious one, but there you go.
Kenny Omega.
Jesus Christ.
God damn it, yeah.
Oops.
Kazarian.
Kip Sabian.
Yeah. Caleb with a K. Such is his name.
Oh, okay. Is it?
He would wrestle as Caleb with a K in TNA.
And it starts with a K?
It's a Caleb with a K.
So you can fact check that. JP, switch your out if you want to.
Oh, give me a second, yeah.
Yeah.
I just know normally it's a C, but they might have changed it for TNA. Now that I think about it, let me see. Because you're talking about Caleb Conley. Yeah, all right. I see him listed as K, and then Caleb with a K. Yeah, good call.
Commander. Champion.
Yeah.
Commander with a K.
Kalisto.
Okay. Konosuke Takeshita.
Oh God.
I didn't think about this long enough.
Yeah. It's okay. You won the last one, JV. You're very good at this game. You can pull the stuff. We all have brain farts. It's all good.
Kimberly.
Okay. Kid Cash, ECW.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I have a decent amount left.
I was gonna say I'm writing down some in case you forget them. I'm listening to just from KAs alone. I have like 10.
Oh, okay.
So there's still a lot of shit you can grab if you can think of them.
Yeah.
Kane.
Holy shit! Yeah,
that's one of them. That's
one
the
of
number
them.
one probably left out that I found so far. And again, I'm
Right.
is.
I got an AEW one. Kyle Fletcher.
God.
Yeah.
I got an AEW one. Kyle O'Reilly.
Kyle O'Reilly, yeah. Two guys. We named a couple of guys that are literally on the pay-per-view. We just run over.
I know.
Wrestling each
other. JPO, where the fuck is Keith Lee?
Hey, where is he?
Where the hell is Keith Lee? Is he alive? What's going on?
Keith.
Yeah, Keith Lee not on TV since December of 2023.
Jesus. What's he doing?
I think we saw him. I think we've seen him on WWE TV technically sooner because he was at the Hall of Fame last year, maybe this year, but definitely last year.
Caitlin.
Yep.
Star of Queen of the Ring, JPO Camille.
Hey.
Oh yeah, that's okay.
Okay, so wow.
Killer Kelly.
I said Killer Kelly. Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
No. You said. Wait, what did you say?
Killer Kelly.
No, that's different. Killer Kelly. You said.
Oh, okay.
So I'll just real quick. Ruby Soho had her kid on October on Halloween actually last year. So, I'm just saying we're still only in about 6 months. Well,
I thought she had it like 2 years ago. I thought we just haven't seen her forever. So maybe I was wrong. Okay. Yeah. Late era WCW Kid Romeo.
I was thinking of him. Is he a wrestler? I'm thinking of a rapper.
No, he was like late WCW, like 2001. Yeah.
He if you're wondering where he is now, he does pest control.
Oh, okay. Some bugs.
Did Kimchi ever wrestle?
I'm inclined to give it to you because I feel like
okay. I'll say this: I did a vintage battle royal in Orlando where somebody dressed up as Kimchi and wrestled in the battle royal, but it wasn't actually Kimchi. But I feel like that's always thrown around there. Sure.
Oh yeah, no, that's one of those gimmicks that anyone can be if they have the right gear. But maybe the gimmick battle royal. So at the very least, I'd say you're good.
Coco Beware.
Oh fucking Jesus! What am I?
I got about 5 more. So you better think, Richie. 5 more written down. At least until I think of some more. But I'm sure JPO's looking up the obvious ones that we missed.
Ooh, there's a lot. I'm not saying that you're missing them. I'm just saying that you guys could go for a while if you want.
Right? Yeah. No, I know. Yeah. Hopefully, we didn't miss anything stupid obvious, but
no, I don't think anything was worse than
like Kenny Omega, yeah, shit like that.
There's definitely some TV guys left though, for sure.
Yeah. Quang. Yeah. Carl Anderson.
Yeah, that's one I had.
Yeah, I got a few. I got some written down. I'm trying to think of more, but I'm down to 4 or 5 here. Let's see if I can think of some more.
Carlito, no, just kidding.
There actually was a Puerto Rican wrestler that changed his name to a K because of it, but I don't think that counts. Okay. Just saying that actually, technically, if we were using obscure people, I would allow it.
Yeah. Only Carmelo Hayes spelled with a K.
Yeah. I got 4 more. I might be tapped out.
Oh. Kota Ibushi.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ken Kennedy.
Fuck me.
Or Ken
wrote that down.
or Ken Anderson, whatever they both work. Mm-hmm. So, yep.
Both. Yep.
No.
Crush. Was he
Crush was C?
Nah.
Crush was C, bro.
Damn it. Kit Wilson.
Who dat?
Isn't that one of the Pretty Deadly guys?
Oh shit. Yeah, right? Yeah, okay, cool. Got his name.
Can I go King Booker?
Yeah.
I mean, we've kind of been allowing it, so
yeah.
Although if you open that floodgate, Richie's just going on the floodgate.
I'm pretty sure he was booked as King Booker in like multiple matches.
I mean, cage match legit has it on there, like as in So
that's what I mean. As long as they were billed as it in a match, I think it counts. So
although you opened my mind up for one other one we haven't mentioned, Kenny King.
Yep, I just wrote that down a little bit ago.
Well, I'll go with another King Kong Bundy.
Oh fucking hell!
Nice.
Yeah. I was thinking of Kong King.
Yep, I got like 3 more.
Caval.
Oh,
nice.
Fucking low key. Goddamn. Kevin Thorne of ECW on Sci-Fi. The goddamn vampire.
Kevin Knight.
Yeah, that's a recent one.
Wait, who's that?
Kevin Knight, the recent guy who wrestled.
He wrestled
fucking
yeah, no, duh.
Yeah,
I was blinking.
Yeah, Kerwin White.
Gee, I try to forget that, right?
That's a real thing.
Nice.
You try to forget.
I just found a huge one y'all aren't doing.
Okay.
Oh, great.
Jesus. No, I got me paranoid.
There's no paranoia. I'm just saying there's a big one on board, but there's a lot of. I got a shit ton of we can go through.
Yeah.
I'm counting you down, Richie. 10 seconds.
Okay.
5,
God, that's not giving
3, 2.
I just thought it funny.
I don't know. You won.
I was my last one. Didn't the MMA guy King Mo? Isn't he been wrestling lately?
Yeah, that was King Mo.
Yeah.
King Mo. Yeah, he's been wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What do you got?
Was that it? All right.
Yeah.
So, former Damien Sandow partner Casey James. Our buddy Cahagas. He's a former NWA World Champ.
Oh yeah, Cahagas. Yeah. I wrestled.
Before the Godfather.
Oh, Kama, the fighting machine.
Mustafa.
Yeah.
Jeff Jarrett's wife's been in a couple of random matches. Karen Jarrett, I would have been allowed. If you want to go old school, baby, Carl Gotch, y'all. NXT Carmen Petrovic, Jerry Lawler's ex-wife, the Cat, K-A-T. Chris Hero, Cassius Ohno. Kaylee Ray, Smiley Kylie, rather. And Kylie. Let's see. Paul Burchell's sister, Katarina. I don't think. Did anyone say Katsuyori Shibata also in a match on Sunday?
Yeah.
And speaking of Sunday, hold on. There's another Sunday one I think I have on here too. But hold on, I'll get to it. Kaden Carter recently released NXT Women champ. Casey Navarro, who's on TNA. I don't even know what I wrote down that. This looks like Kevin Hart. That doesn't make any sense. Anywho, Kendall Windham from the West Texas Rednecks.
Yeah.
Kiana James. Kid Bandit's a pretty big indie person. Kiara Hogan, who technically is still at the on the AEW roster. Kid Kataro. If you want with Swerves,
fucking Ebason, Kikataro, Ebason,
there you go.
Guy. Yeah. Okay.
Swerve's NXT name was Kill Switch. And also Kill Switch from AEW. Yeah, my bad. The Kill Switch, Luchasaurus is his name now. Kofi Kingston, I don't believe anyone said.
Oh, Kofi? Kofi Kingston. Duh.
Oh my God.
God damn it. Kofi Kingston.
Congo Kong. Pez, you ever worked with Corey Chavez, John Davis's partner?
Oh, of course, Corey. Sorry, Rain Man. God damn it, Corey. I'm sorry. I rep for Corey 1,000 times in Florida. Yeah, that's my bad.
Nice.
Yeah, I love Corey. We're buddies. Like, Corey's awesome. He's a great guy. Nice. I travel with him. Yeah, Corey and John both. Yeah. So, because I'll say when we get to John, like you had said, John Davis, because Dark City worked Ring of Honor like plenty of times. Yeah.
No, that's why I say Corey definitely counts. FIP Ring of Honor. Yeah. Kushida.
Oh yeah,
name. Yeah.
And the one I chuckled at is not because.
Oh, what about fucking the high voltage guy, Kenny Chaos? Did we say that?
Oh, there you go. I said Robbie Rage. Yeah, Kenny Chaos.
Chaos. Yeah, his partner.
Damn. I said
shit. Yeah.
Damn. And the one I chuckled at just because I forgot about this, but Kung Fu Naki would have been accepted as well.
Kung Fu Naki. And
I'm sure there's some other ones.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's any other ones. Yeah, that we missed. Yeah, I'm scrolling a few lists here, but I think we.
Oh, WCW Kiwi. We could have said
Kiwi.
Kiwi. Yeah.
First, what is it called? But then the oddities, Kurgan could have been said.
Kurgan, actor Kurgan from Sherlock Holmes, and I know, right? Yeah, he's out there, Kurgan. God damn it. Yeah, no, I mean, I think we got a good chunk of them.
Looks pretty good here. I'm looking at. I was going off of a.
Yeah, some of the ones we've been naming are are fairly obscure. So yeah, it's like Kofi was a big one that we missed. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not seeing a whole lot of other big ones. But yeah, I'm sorry, Corey Chavis. You're my buddy. I missed you. I'm sorry.
If you're an old school TNA fan, remember when they had security wars with the red shirts and the black shirts? There was red shirt security Kevin Northcutt. That was an old TNA thing. There was two different securities that fought.
He
had a trading card though.
Because that's what everybody wanted was oh man, I can't wait to see those security guys face off at the pay-per-view. That's great.
If you ever watched Dojo Pro, and you've ever seen Dojo Pro on Amazon?
No? I've heard of it.
No.
Kerry Awful was on that, and then Kevin Koo, a recent GCW tag champ too.
Was there a WWE? Oh, Crystal, the WWE chick.
Did Crystal Marshall ever wrestle?
I have to look it up.
Okay. I'm looking at the Kyles. Wait, Crystal with a K?
Yeah.
Who's that?
It was some WWE chick at some point.
Bobby Lashley. She's an interviewer, but I don't know if she ever wrestled.
I was just looking at Kyle's because we had to have missed a couple more Kyles. I mean, there's a Florida guy named Kyle Blizzard who I referenced before. JPO might know, but yeah, Yeah, but I mean, I don't think we would accept him. That would just be me and JPO one of hey, Kyle Blizzard.
Yeah,
that would be But there you go. Okay, well, we had two juicy ones, so we were able to kill some time with that one. So yeah, we'll save the rest. We still got another 10 letters or so. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, that got us a 2-hour mark. So we'll wrap it up there. Yeah, fun episode. Like I said, a lot going on this weekend. we behind the scenes we'll be watching Double or Nothing together on Sunday night. Jacob said he'll join us. Richie, I'm assuming you're gonna join us for that as well. Sweet. So we'll watch a little Double or Nothing. Sure, JPO might check out some of those other shows and give us a little report, throughout the week. See what we got going on. Yeah, we'll review Double or Nothing next week, and then when's the next? We'll talk about Saturday night's main event, obviously. So whatever goes down there, we'll discuss next week as well. And then when's the next pay-per-view after that? Is it the double shot of Money in the Bank and the Worlds Collide on the 7th? So not too far off. Sense. Yeah, literally. Not next week, but the week after that. We I guess we're doing Money in the Bank predictions. We don't have to necessarily do Worlds Collide predictions. Right? We'll probably just talk about that show, run down the card, whatever they come up with. Probably just do Money in the Bank predictions.
We can see what the card is. I still have no idea, really.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm sure they'll start. Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, what that show's going to be, or who's going to be on that.
How much WWE influence is going to be on it? Are they going to just do 5 matches? Will they allow Del Rio on it? I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
I would imagine Pentagon, maybe. I don't know.
I think Penta and Phoenix will be, a part of that show.
Considering how TV's going, I'm thinking Penta, Phoenix, and El Grande Americano are probably going to be maybe on it.
I mean, if they were going with the storyline, something that would make sense for a main event, if you do a 6-man tag, have Penta, Phoenix, and Vikingo against Grande and the Judgment Day, that would make sense as a main event, something like that. Or if they do a Penta El Grande mask versus mask, which they've kind of been teasing as well. They've been trying to rip Penta's mask off lately. And if Grande's doing the loaded mask thing, that would make sense. So, something like that. I'd imagine some form of that as the main event on that show. Plus, I'm sure those LWO guys will be on that show, to get some, representation on there. And then, we'll see how much actually. Aren't they promoting Psycho Clown and some of those people doing appearances before that, signings and stuff? So you might see those guys.
I know, he'll probably be on the show.
That's what I mean.
They're not going to promote him for appearances and not put him on the show, I would imagine.
That's what I mean. Yeah, he was promoted. I saw something official with that and somebody else from AAA. But it'll be interesting to see what's actually on that show and what goes on. But that should be an interesting day of events on the 7th. So that's in 2 weeks. We'll be doing.
And that one too is that's early too. By the way, that's a nooner on 1 p.m. for us. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's 3 in the afternoon, noon for them, whatever. Yeah, something like that, and then right into Money in the Bank at 7 Eastern or whatever it is. Yeah, so back to back shows, and they're different venues. So I mean, they'll just be bouncing from one to the other. One's at the Kia Forum, the other one's at that Intuit Dome or whatever, the one they ran the Netflix debut at. With all the lights and stuff. So that's where Money in the Bank is. So all right, we still got a loaded couple of weeks of shows to talk about. So
I got
not too much in between.
One more quick tidbit. I just found this funny. So I went to WWE under their shows banner. They include you on when you can catch Raw, when you can watch SmackDown, NXT. They even tell you where you can watch Evolve and Speed.
Right.
Main event, they don't even the site doesn't fucking know.
That's what I mean. Well, and here's the thing. You remember how wasn't it our buddy Blake Chadwick and Road Dogg were doing commentary for main event?
They were doing Level Up for a while, which became Evolve more or less.
Okay, well, they were doing main event, so because I remember he would go on Facebook.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. He would do main event with Road Dogg a lot.
Road Dogg, that's what I'm saying. He was doing that, and they did the main event thing. There was no commentary at the table, so if they do it, I guess it's pre-taped with somebody still somewhere in post, done in post or whatever.
I watch main event sometimes, and it's different comment. They don't have a set. At least at the moment, they don't have a set permanent commentators. It's different. It seems to be different from week to week.
This is gonna bug JPO all week. He's gonna dig around and see if find something official for main event.
So it does look like it's on Peacock on Saturdays, is what it seems like.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, how funny is that the WWE site itself is
even is we don't care.
Speed, our shitty little Twitter show. Here's where you can watch our Tubi show, main event, figure it out.
You figure it out if anybody.
Even then, Google doesn't help because Google keeps thinking you want Saturday night's main event. That doesn't help either.
Yeah. Well, there
Speaking
you go.
Of other WWE shows, by the way, do you know they're already gearing up to film season 2 of the LFG show?
Already?
No, I mean it makes sense. I mean, I guess if the ratings are good enough.
Yeah, we should probably mention Jasper Troy and
Tyra, good point.
And Tyra, the Jay Steele one, which I feel like that Olympic chick was earmarked to win the whole thing from the get go. That was very set up, but she's good. But still, I don't want to take anything away from her. But if you watch the thing, it was very like, hey, we got this gold medalist. She's gonna win. Yeah,
she's a real Gable Stevenson, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh no, she's better because they actually might not rush her. I like her.
You're going underwater a bit, bro.
That's what might be cool.
Oh, there you go. You're back.
Okay, ignore me.
Yeah, your mic went low for a minute, but you're good. But yeah, maybe that's a sign we should wrap it up. So poor JPO loses everything on his laptop. Yeah, let's wrap it up there because he's been using it a lot with his graphics and whatnot. So, yeah, Richie, anything you want to throw out there before we get out of here? Anything you got going on?
No, just check out. Nothing wrestling related, but yeah, just yeah. Other, I don't know. We're doing plugs now. Just check out.
Yeah, that's why. Usually when I say where can we find you, what do you got going on?
I don't know if you said where we can find you. Anyway, the Wheel of Movies. We did this before this. We did Avengers Endgame. Lots to talk about there. So yeah, hard to squeeze them now, but we did it. And yeah, the Wrestling Fury tournament. I'm on that. Facing Paul Mead. Coming up soon, and Godfather recast Mondays. It'd be cool. So check those out.
Yeah, JPO, you got a lot going on. What you hosting? What you involved in? What you got going on?
All right, so here's the thing about main event. So I'm checking on Peacock right now, and so it's Saturdays, but they have the May 15th episode up. No, wait, so that would make sense. So it says May 15th, but it's not uploaded to the 17th. All right, but it's filmed on the 12th. It's weird. Anyway,
so that means the one I saw in Greenville will probably be up to Saturday.
Saturday,
maybe.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe.
And
you are right. They there's no one at the table, but you do still hear Blake and I think Vic Joseph. So, okay. But it is funny though because you can clearly tell, especially the entrances, that there's clearly no one at the table. The table isn't some of the shots.
Oh no! I mean, there was definitely nobody there because I would have popped for Blake, because I worked with the guy.
No, I'm just saying it's not like that was an obscure thing.
I know for a while they were at the table because I know he was posting videos every week of at the table. So
for sure, I saw the same thing. Yeah.
So who knows? It's weird.
But yes, besides me hunting down the main event, the Pierce Go channel. We just ended that big ass tournament to go watch all the tournament stuff from there. And then if you like tournaments, I'm like Tony Khan. I love tournaments evidently. Go to the wrestling channel, Pierce Wrestling. We were bidding our second round on that tournament as well. So yeah, some shenanigans happening on both of those channels. Tournament fights as well. I'm there tomorrow night. Are you there, Pez?
Yeah, I'm hosting tomorrow night, half bracket.
Yeah, we start on time.
We will start on time. Yes, and if we don't, I usually tell you well in advance or something because I'm doing a watch along before that. But it's airplane, so it's only 90 minutes, so I'll be done on time. The week before that, it was like Back to the Future 3, and that was 2 hours, so we had to start 10 minutes behind. But airplane's only 90 minutes, so I'll be done by the time. But yeah,
short movie.
No, short movie and short show because I like my short shows as well on the Movie Hero Network when I host. So yeah, short show. We'll have a short bracket. But yeah, as far as me, a lot of stuff we mentioned. Wheel of Movies over on the Movie Hero Network. Me and Richie talking Avengers Endgame. The monthly mistake this weekend. Mega Movie Z, me and Wolfman, The Final Destination. We'll be drinking along to that. The worst one of the franchise. So that's also a short movie. That movie's like 78 minutes with credits. That movie's like way shorter than that movie. Dude, that movie. So I forgot the movie being that short, and I popped it on my Vudu. It's like barely 80 minutes. That's like with 5 minutes of credits, of recapping like skeletal kills from the series. So yeah, really like a 75-minute movie with credits. Kind of bizarre. Godfather recast. And other tournament fight tier ranker shenanigans over on the Movie Hero Network. So there you go. But yeah, we'll wrap it up until next week. Jacob Barber should be back with us next week. We'll talk a little Double or Nothing. We'll talk Saturday night's main event. We'll talk the other wrestling shows that we mentioned of the week, whatever everybody gets to. But yeah, we'll dump it there for now. So for Richie, for JPO, I am your host, Austin Pez Hell, this evening. We'll see you guys next time on the Lonely Marks.